All modern diseases are diseases of abundance. We punish ourselves by constantly entertaining our minds and bodies. This is said by Naval. Pizza, porn, Netflix, coke, and cigarette all are symptoms of the disease of comfort that I'm going to be talking about. The prognosis of such a report is clear: an out of shape body, an unclear mind, and a depressed soul. We know this, yet we punish ourselves with an abundance of such consumerism. From an evolutionary perspective, this seems logical. The brain wants to be stimulated with the least effort. Thus, Netflix, you want to sit on your bed, you want to watch someone else go through their journey. So, Netflix makes sense. Your body likes a cigarette, another one wouldn't be so bad. What's harmful about cigarettes, especially, is that you get your hits in puffs, which is a short period of time, and then you repeat it over a longer duration. However, you are evolved, you are optimized, you know better, you know otherwise. You know that Netflix isn't good for you, you know cigarettes aren't good for you. In modern society, pleasure has been weaponized against you. I am writing this at 5:25 a.m. I spent the last 40 minutes on YouTube scrolling through reels, and before that, I spent another 20 minutes watching a video about a man I'll never cross paths in my life with. My brain gave in to the algorithm. When I have a donut instead of a steak with boiled vegetables, my body thanks me for it by giving me a hit of satisfaction. However, when you plank and push up, your body is in pain. This pain helps you develop, but your body physiologically does not know that. Here I am playing Stardew Valley, a game about farming and crafting, and I spent 1.5 hours on this game. And I usually never game. I had work to do, yet I spent 1.5 hours on this game. It was fun. I played with my girlfriend, and I don't think I plan to stop playing this game. However, it was dangerous. It made me feel productive, since I was productive in game, without having an effect on my life otherwise outside of it. We went down the mines, we lived through winter, and then made a beautiful spring farm, but in real life it doesn't translate to much, does it? I don't think you should deny yourself the joy of consumerism. I think to some degree we've been doing that ever since we lived in caves, ever since we discovered fire. I went ahead and bought YouTube Premium and Amazon Prime. I take out time to listen to music I enjoy. Denying yourself a pleasure you cherish is akin to putting yourself in a prison and keeping the key with you. It will only mentally torture you. So, how do we reclaim our digital sanity? The key is moderation, as you might have heard 1,000 times by now. I find cutting down on YouTube was a lot more effective than ignoring it, and for that, what I did was I unsubscribed to a bunch of people. On Instagram, I unfollowed a bunch of people I wasn't friends with. I reduced me posting. So Instagram works in a way that when you post a story, people respond to it, and that's how you get conversation started. However, if you reduce posting, people aren't going to reach out to you as much. Of course, I still fairly post memes and all of that stuff. However, I did cut down on it. Eating what I love once a day, twice a day, or even throughout the day, incorporating what I love into meals that are healthier was very helpful to me. For example, I shifted from Coke to Diet Coke, and I did my research and figured out maybe Diet Coke isn't as harmful. However, later on, it started giving me problems, so I stopped it, and I kind of got bored of the whole sugary soda pop things in the first place, so I stopped that. However, I think that you can incorporate a meal or two that you enjoy, as long as you're doing it meaningfully, as long as you're doing it mindfully and not scrolling on Instagram while you're eating. I think it's okay. Another solid advice is picking up a hobby, preferably physical, that you enjoy for hours at a time, uninterrupted. For me, I enjoy swimming and kickboxing. It could be rowing, skateboarding, basketball, or wrestling for you. Knock yourself out. But it has to be physical. Of course, there are non-physical hobbies that you can enjoy and incorporate into your life, such as reading. However, I suggest physical because it gives you a tangible, almost instantaneous boost in productivity and mental health and physical health. Um, Apart from that, I feel keeping streaks is worthless too, from what I've seen. We make out these massive calendar streaks that, okay, I'll go to the gym for 30 days. And then what? You have to stop thinking of going to the gym or reading as streaks, and you have to start treating it as, if you do another day of it, you are better than what you were yesterday. Eventually, all streaks will be broken, and you will feel demotivated from that. Instead, what I like to do is, if I go to the gym thrice in a week, I pat myself on the back instead of punishing myself for not going the rest 4 days of the week. However, I need to increase from 3 to 4, and then I make out a plan about, okay, how do I time block so that I can go fourth day of the week. Another idea is deep work, which is finding a state of flow while you're working and maintaining it so that you get a lot done in much shorter period of time. Cal Newport's book Deep Work is amazing, and he has been on the Lex Friedman podcast, which I highly suggest you watch. Learning how to deep work is an essential 21st century skill, and once you learn how to deep work, you'll have a lot more free time. And once you have a lot more free time, and you've got your physical activity out of the way for the day as well, I don't think you need to worry that much about giving into consumerism. Sure, if you want to enjoy a game or two for an hour after you have done your work for the day, after you've finished off all your to-dos from Notion, checked all your mails, and finished your physical activity, go ahead and knock yourself out. You'll enjoy that activity so much more. At the end of the day, we are all products of algorithms and pleasure, but we need to cut back. Pushing your body with physical labor once a day, doing a 2 hour window of deep work, or maybe 5 hours if you're good enough, will end in you not being disappointed with yourself at the end of the day. We all know that feeling about of going through YouTube for like 2 hours and then just looking at yourself in the blank dark screen as the video loads, thinking, what the fuck am I doing to myself? But remember, it takes years to learn these bad habits. You have become extremely proficient in being distracted, as Dandapani said in his TED talk. You have become proficient in distracting yourself. Now you are now you are a gold medalist in the Olympics of being distracted. You can't unlearn these habits in a week. If a boxing analogy would be, if you learn to throw a hook a certain way from a certain coach, and that coach might have taught you something wrong, relearning that entire thing could be a whole different procedure. It could be a whole different routine, and for that you have to first unlearn. Here we have to unlearn the bad habits that we have accumulated over the years, and I'm with you on this. I am making this video just to not so much as to preach to you, but to let you know that I'm with you and to put my thoughts into words. You can be happier, you can be fitter, you can be richer. Stop using words such as lazy or unproductive to describe yourself. You wouldn't call anyone else lazy. I mean, that's just rude. Why would you do that? And you should not do that to yourself either. It's rude. It's harmful to your psyche. You are as good as the words you define yourself with. I mean, of course, you can go ahead and joke about being lazy. That's fine, but you shouldn't do it in any serious capacity, and you should limit that as well. I'm not asking you to manifest. While I'm sure that works, I haven't tried it. I'm asking you to believe in yourself, and with belief, change will come. This is Abhinav. Thank you for watching. On this channel, I talk about life, crypto, and finance, and I'll be happy to have you over.